Hello, welcome to this next live stream that I'm doing. So this one today, I wanted to talk about remote drum recording. So something that I've got into recently through building my very own studio. So firstly, I just want to go over a few things, what it is, how it works, and kind of my setup basically. So if you don't know what it is, it's basically being able to record drums for anyone's project, artist, bands around the world, basically via the internet, and I can do it all here in my studio. So there's loads of really big plus points to this. The main one being it's massively cost effective, so it's saving the artist, the band, a tremendous amount of money because you don't have to pay for studio costs, you don't have to pay for your engineer, your producer, your setup times, travel, expenses, food, accommodation. It just adds up when you when you record in a studio somewhere, and then obviously getting a drummer like myself in to record drums on your project. So yeah, the main advantage of remote drum recording is the amount of money that you save. I would actually say in upwards of £1,000, or around about £1,000 per track you'd probably save, if you were thinking of going to like a decent studio and getting a producer, engineer, and all those other costs that come with it. So it's hugely cost effective. It's also massively time effective because, like I say, we don't have setup times because, as I'll show you in a minute, I'm all set up here. I'm all set up to go. So literally, it's fine tuning. When a project comes in, it's like changing different drums, slight mic placement, possibly heads, drum kits, snare drums. It's fine tuning. It's not setting up, getting sounds, because I'm already ready to go basically with that. So you're saving loads of time. And yeah, so I'm basically drummer / engineer / producer / mixer. I mean, I specialise as a drummer, but as in this scenario, you know, I'm fulfilling all of those roles in a way, basically. So the way it works is you basically just send me whatever it is, you know, contact me about what it is you want to do. I tend to specialise in more rock, punk, post-punk sort of area, but I've also recorded everything from singer-songwriter, really delicate stuff, to like, you know, balls out rock, metal sort of thing. So I pride myself on doing a wide range of genres, but I tend to sort of specialise in the sort of punk rock area. But I can put my hand to most things. So the way it works is you send your tracks, or your track, however many songs you want to do, and then with constant communication from you or the artist, it's a back and forth basically, via email or video, Zoom, or face-to-face if you're close by, however you want to do it. But I generally give 3 revisions. That means we'll talk about the track, you'll tell me exactly what you want, I'll do a first version, send it to you, kind of a little bit mixed as I mix as I go. Basically just like an MP3 of the track. You'll give me your feedback, and usually after 3 revisions it's totally done. Usually after 2 revisions it's there, but after 3, pretty much always it's there. And I offer 3, but I'm confident that we'll get there. If there's little tweaks after that, happy to do that. And then once you're happy, then I just send you all of the individual drum stems. Okay, so let's have a look at the studio quickly. So yeah, I'm just going to turn this around so that we can see. Right, so I might turn the main lights on actually, so you can see this. So in the studio here we have this acoustic treatment of the room. So if you see here, these are the oak veneer panels, which are offset on each wall. So this acoustic treatment was specially designed, luckily, by I've got a brother that does acoustic treatment of studios, and he specialises in studios and cinemas. So yeah, it's basically on each wall he's designed it so that these panels are offset against the opposite wall, as it were. So you've got 2 on that wall there, and then 1 here offset, and then 1 on this wall, and then you can't really see, but behind there's another 2. So that is designed, it's designed to basically the fabric panels deaden the sound, and then the oak veneer panels give it some live feel. Because basically when you have a room, whatever the room is, the acoustics of the room, especially if you build a box like this, a soundproof box, you put a drum kit in, it's going to sound terrible. And a lot of people that do this, they might be doing it in a bedroom or in a studio space and not have much acoustic treatment going on. So the room's not going to sound very good. But here we've treated everything, even the ceilings are treated. So the room sounds, it's got a nice in-between between deadening the drums so they're not bouncing all off all the walls, but also some liveness coming back from this paneling, basically. So that's my brother's company did that, Sound Solutions, if you want to check them out. So that's that. Then we're on to the let's have a look at the drums that I use. So this is my main kit, which is a Gretsch name band badge, round badge, 1961, absolute beauty. So you got 22, 13, 16. This is my absolute go-to kit. That is fantastic. Sounds amazing. All 60 years old now. Over 60 years old. And this really can do everything. It's so musical, and with mics on it sounds fantastic. So yeah, that's the sort of main kit that I've always got set up. So then over here I've got my mountain of drums. Got 2 other kits. So this is my CNC custom kit, which is about 10 years old now, and that's in 2216, and then a 12 there. So that's kind of modern, that kit, as sort of opposed to the Gretsch, which is more vintage, warm vintage sound, 61. This was built in 2011 to my specifications. And then another recent purchase is this Sonar Centennial Phonic, which is from 1975 in this lovely orange, vintage orange, I think they call it. I think something like that. Yeah, so this is an absolute beast as well. That one I usually use for live gigs, but it's an absolute beast. Lovely drums. And then onto my snare drums. So let's start off with the vintage ones. So this is the Tama Superstar. Let me just get this right. Tama Mastercraft Superstar in birch. So that's a beast. That's 14x8 deep. That was actually used, not this actual drum, but this is like an 80s Tama drum. Not the actual drum, but this drum was used on November Rain. So that's an absolute beast. Really deep and fat. Back there, I don't know why I've got it back there, but that is a lovely 82, I believe. So that one's 83. This one is 1982 Ludwig 402. So that's the nice 6.5 depth, 14 by 6.5. So that's a classic drum. Records really well. Then I've got this, which is essentially another 402, but it's a modern Ludwig, copper, made out of copper. They call it a copper phonic, I think. But again, that's the same size as 14 by 6.5. She's lovely as well. Then I've got the Ludwig 400, which is similar to the 402, but just smaller. So that's a 5, I believe. Yes, 14 by 5. And then I've got my CNC Deco drum there, which goes with that kit down there, which is also beautiful. And then a new purchase is the one that's on the kit at the moment. This DW, what is it? DW Collector's Kerneled, I'm probably saying that wrong, black nickel over steel. And that is a pure beast. Probably one of the heaviest drums I've ever come across. She's a beauty. Okay, cool. So those are the drums pretty much. I've got my xylophone over there. My son's little drum kit. Load of percussion in there, rotos. You know, I do lots of percussion as well. So if your track needs percussion, I can lay that over the top. Got loads of that stuff going on. Right, so let's have a quick look at the mics. So, beginning with the overheads. So these are a pair of Neumann KM184s, I believe. Yes. And just show you the little... Yep, so yeah, two of those lovely overheads them. Very, very clear. Sound fantastic. And let's start with cymbal stuff. So, and then on the hi-hat, we have a Bayer Dynamic M201 on the hi-hat. So that one's over there. And then onto the drums, we've got the classic SM57 on the top of the snare drum. Underneath, we've got an Audix i5. So I've just put this snare, that should probably be a bit higher. That's an Audix i5 on the bottom head. And then on the rack tom, we've got this Sennheiser I need to remember what it's called. E604. And then on the floor tom, we've got an MD421 Sennheiser. I'm probably saying that wrong. Sorry, it's a bit dusty. But she's a beauty. She's great. Absolutely love that mic. I will be soon getting another one for that rack tom. Then I have on the kick drum inside here, I've got an Audix D6 inside, and then on the, can't see the front of it, and then so that's kick in, kick out. I've got an Audio Technica AT4047, which is a beautiful mic, which I also use for tracking. I usually use that for tracking all the percussion because she's a lovely mic. Let's turn off those. So yeah, that's. Oh yeah, and then you won't be able to see this, but then round the room, I've got 3 room mics. So in that corner, I have a mic. In this corner, I have a mic, and then you can see that one down there. I have a mic. So I've got three room mics just sort of around about the place to pick up that kind of feel of the room. So yeah, so that's 12 channels of drums. So when you do, when I do a track for an artist, whoever it is, I'll be sending 12 individual drum stems at the end. So, and that'll be all raw. So you'll get it raw, and then you can send it onto a mixer or mix it yourself. Do whatever you want to it because it will be totally clean. Just show you what I'm going. So obviously all the mics are going through. I've got 16 channels going here. This is a Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40 and a Focusrite Platinum Octopre LE. So that's basically because this has the Sapphire has 8 channels, and then I bumped up with another 8 with this going into my iMac, and I use Logic Pro X with that. So yeah, that's basically my setup. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time. All right, thanks a lot. I need to figure out how I end this. I think I just do this. All right, thanks. Bye.